What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, Solana's price is about to do something pretty damn interesting that I think you need to be aware of, so I wanted to make a quick video letting you know what that is and what I'm doing about it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. So looking at Solana here, what we can see is that, again, its price has made an absolutely outstanding run to the upside, at one point seeing highs of $210. Now, I told you all in the last Solana video, you can go watch it, go to the very end. I was telling you, do not go long on leverage right now. Not while we're above 200. I don't think it's a good idea. We're probably going to see a pullback. Just relax. Your time will come. And as you can see, since of course this pullback or this top, this thing is pulled back, anywhere between 16 to 20%. But the question then becomes now, we've gotten this pullback and we're starting to venture into these levels of liquidity. The question that most people have is, okay, well, what happens next? Well, I'm actually under the belief that Solana's making a rather important decision right now that's really going to tell us what happens next. Let me tell you what that is. Historically speaking, when Solana makes these beautiful runs to the upside, it does something very, very similar. It interacts with its Fibonacci extension levels to the top side, using them as resistance and support. And we've talked about this multiple times, but let me show you what this looks like. So say, for example, we have Solana making a high, then it makes a low. Okay, whenever you have a high then a low and your price is going to start recovering to the upside there, you can go in and draw your Fibonacci's. Now, these Fibonacci's are going to basically tell you where there's key points of liquidity. Well, generally speaking, when Solana's price is capable of breaking through these levels, it interacts with the level called the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, a very important level. Okay, trying to keep it simple here. Very important level, just know that. And historically speaking, when Solana's price gets rejected by it, it can really continue back down rather far, maybe even pulling all the way back down to this, original range high, or maybe even lower towards the 618 to 786 box. But the cool part about it is, if its price doesn't get rejected by that level, or if it gets rejected and then eventually clears it, oftentimes we can see Solana's price back testing this level as support, and if successful, really continue to the upside. And also vice versa, of course, if it doesn't hold support here, its price will really capitulate to the downside. And so what you can assume is that this level right here, when you're either below it or above it, when you're interacting with it, it's the one that's going to make a decision of whether or not we're going to go into some type of continued move to the upside or continued move to the downside. And I actually have an example of this happening in real time for Solana for you. What you can see here is that Solana put in, again, this swing high down to the swing low. And it created this 1.618 box at the $82 level. What you can see here is that Solana price cleared that level, boom, and goes into price discovery and comes back down. And where is it trying to establish the support? Look at this. It doesn't hit it here or here or here or here, but it is building up some support. It comes right back down towards this 1.618 level, uses it as support, and then inevitably goes on to make this run towards the upside. Now, at the time that we did see this happening, my company's indicator was going off like crazy. That's because this is a very, very strong level. We knew that this is a very crucial point of support. And so the DCA feature on my company's indicator was saying, this is a good time to buy. This is a good time to buy. I remember my phone blowing up, going off. Hey, because the indicator can send you alerts to your phone. Good time to buy, good time to buy, good time to buy. And inevitably it goes up. Guys, don't forget, if you do want to use my company's indicator, you can use the link down in the description below. Our new website is going live today, and you can get access to this thing for 20% off with the 30-day refund guarantee. So you can try it for 30 days. If you don't like it, refund. And again, you can see how well it worked in these situations and all these other times it told us to buy, but to each their own. That's not the point. The point here is that this 1.618 level makes very, very, very strong points of support. And if you're capable of holding it, you can really continue to the upside. Well, now knowing that and having a little bit of context, let's talk about how that applies to what's happening right now. Well, let's go ahead and remove all drawings and just draw out what happened in our last macro swing high down to our macro swing low. What you can see here is we have range high down to range low. Okay. And as you can see, Solana did something very similar. Swing high, swing low, bounce up, get rejected, break above it, back test, establish support, clear this level, 1.272, break above it. Now we cleared the 1.618. And now that we got this full extension above our Fibonacci levels, we're coming back down to back test what level? That level we've been talking about, that 1.618 level, just like we did right back here. Okay, just like we did right back here. It's beautiful. It's the same type of move, and it just goes to show how healthy Solana is right now, making extremely healthy moves. So that means that what you need to be on the lookout for is, how do we interact with this level? What we can see here is that if Solana's price is capable of holding this 1.618 level, currently looking at around $170, okay? If it's capable of holding $170, I do think we're going to get it to move back up towards 190 bucks, somewhere up here, maybe even to back test that previous point of 618 to 76 resistance, looking like $190 to $199. I think that's very possible. But if Solana does lose $170, I would be anticipating that its price is first coming back to 160 and likely even lower back to the 150 range. And so interestingly enough, we can see that at this exact moment, Solana's making a crucial decision of what's going to happen next, and I'm ready to play a little bit of fun with it. The way that I'm actually going to go about this is on very, very small leverage. I'm talking tiny leverage, nothing too crazy, just enough that I can inject stop losses and things of that nature. I personally do all of my trading over on Margex for Solana because you don't need to KYC, meaning you don't need to give them any of your personal information, and you don't need to use a VPN. You can just deposit funds and just start trading. It makes it really easy. And if you use my link down below, you'll get a couple $100s off as a deposit bonus. So of course that is pretty incentivizing there as well if you want to use it. But again, at the end of the day, I'm going to be going on with a tiny bit of leverage. And the way that I'm going to play this is by saying, okay, well, knowing that this 1.618 level can really serve as some support, I know that there's a chance we bounce to the upside. Knowing that there's a chance that we bounce to the upside to what could be a move of anywhere between, 7 to 12%, I'm going to go in with 2x leverage, something real tiny, 2x, 3x leverage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bet that Solana is going to make that move. Now, do I know if it's going to make this move? No, honestly, I don't know if it's going to make this move. I don't know what the general market sentiment is right now. But I'm going to make a bet that it is because we're in a bull run and things usually go up eventually. Okay, so that's my bet. But what I'm going to do is protect myself to the downside. And the way that I'm going to do that is by establishing a stop loss. Now that we've already wicked down here, I don't think we're really going to hard wick down there again and get fake it out here and make the move to the upside. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to set myself a stop loss at $165. And that says that if Solana's price comes back down to $165 at any given point, I'm going to close down this position. Now you can do it automatically or you can do it manually. Personally speaking, I'm going to do it manually. I'm just going to set my alert and keep an eye on 165. If we just wick down to it and immediately recover, I'm not going to close that position. But if we do get a couple hourly closes around or below $165, yes, I will close that position and then wait for what could be a continuation to the downside for better buying opportunities. Okay. And so that basically tells me, okay, now I'm going to go in right here, going long, expecting that Solana might make a move back up towards 190. If that is the case, I'll take some profits off the top. I got a beautiful little entry and we'll call it a day. No problem. The secondary, scenario here is that its price pulls all the way back down towards $165. I close down that position at a tiny little loss and wait for the continuation, knowing that we're probably going to get even better buying opportunities at some point, anywhere between 160 and 150. Now, you guys know I'm not, I don't like doing this swing trading stuff all too often, but in opportunities like this, when we have a beautiful support level, I do like to have fun with it sometimes. If you don't want to swing trade this thing, what I would tell you, dollar cost averaging here around 170 bucks isn't a bad idea. Its price may continue to the downside, it may fall from here, and you might need to buy in a little bit lower to reduce that average cost, but overall it's shown historically that the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level is a very good level for Solana, and I do believe that it could easily hold its support and pump us back to the upside a little bit. And so obviously that would just be a great time to DCA in general. Now, what you can see here actually is that on the 1 hour chart, let's go ahead and clear all this stuff off. And let's just, not that, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go boom like that. And then let's go ahead and remove drawings. We can turn on HGalgo, and HGalgo was giving buy signals all throughout this little curve that we've been making, right? All throughout here. So it goes to show that as we have been approaching 170, it's also flashing that this is a good time to be buying. And so yeah, if you don't want to take the trade route, if you just want to flat out just buy this thing and just see what happens, that's a good option. But I want to have a little fun, and I'm going to open up a long trade with a take profit level of around $188 to $190 and a stop loss set at 165 and kind of just see what happens. So overall, that's the way that I'm looking at it. I think Solana's about to make an important decision, and I think that decision will tell us where its price is going for the next week or two. So of course, I will continue to keep you updated as this does play out, as I always have. Do remember, again, you can use my link down to HGalgo below and get 20% off for the rest of your life as long as you want to use it. But if you want to just try it out, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee for anyone who wants to try it, so there's no way that you can even lose or take a risk by trying it out. So at least try it out and let me know what you think. But overall, of course, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, you can always let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you next time. Peace out, everybody.